to Morally Corrupt, a show here on the Ringer Reality feed. I'm Rachel Lindsay. Back!
You are back.
And she is Chelsea Stark Jones. Feels good to be back.
Yes.
I feel like I'm going to run in and out because we're going to be quick. It's going to be a quick episode.
It's a quickie. Bravo quickie.
It's a boots on the ground quickie. If you've been following along, and if you haven't, I'm here to tell you, but I've been in Europe for the last 2 weeks. I went the first week to be with Spotify, or to represent Spotify at Cannes Lion, which was amazing. I felt so inspired. I had such a good time being in the French Riviera, but it honestly felt like LA
But
in France.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't reminded I was in France, so I said something and I was like, oh, shit. Or, I wanted to eat, and the cuisine as a picky eater just really isn't for me.
You didn't have escargot?
I did not have escargot, but I did have duck liver.
Oh, I'm proud of you. Did you like?
Did not.
Okay.
And the only reason I did is because I was at a lunch and the chef said it right in front of me. And it was like, I made this for you. And I was like, damn it.
Not for you specifically.
I could just do one bite. And then I was to somebody, I was like, quick, take a bite, eat.
Oh my gosh.
But it was really, really cool to be there and to make some new friends and all of that. But a beautiful surprise, which is where our worlds collide, is I had no idea that NBC Universal had such a huge presence at Cannes Lion. And I don't know if they always have, or if this year they just decided to bring everyone, like I got brought this year. So I love a good surprise.
Yes. When I saw, I think the first photo proof of you with some Bravo celebrities, it was you, Heather Gay, Kyle Cook, Amanda Batula, Matt Rogers, and Bowen Yang in a photo.
Crew.
And I said, I need to know everything.
What
immediately.
a crew.
Like, I was like, I'm going to let her enjoy this. I'm not going to text her and be annoying, but I want to know.
You could
and then
totally
you had
texted me.
lunch with Heather, and I like tell me, like, what was it like?
So so funny. Okay, so I go to a Spotify party.
Yes.
They had a cute, intimate party, and that's when I walk in, and all the Bravo celebrities, NBC Uni people are there.
Yeah.
I'm just there for Spotify. Had no idea.
Yeah.
One of the first people I see, though, is not my fan out moment. I kept saying, like, gosh, that woman looks so familiar, was Christy from Dance Moms.
Oh, honey.
I was like, oh my God. I was like, I have to tell my sisters. We love you so much. She's so cool, so sweet, awesome. But then one of the next people I see are like Matt Rogers and Bowen Yang. And of course, I say hello, we love each other. And immediately I'm like, why haven't I been on Las Culturistas yet?
Yes.
I go, I get it, you're too big for me. You have all these fancy stars, but I want to come on the show. I was like, I have things to say. And they were like, no, we have to do it.
That would
We
actually
have
be
to.
great. Yeah.
I love them. They're so much fun. And you know how, and they were saying this to me, people see them and they see how much fun they're having together. And they're like, oh, wait, you guys are really friends. And they're like, yes, it's not a work relationship. They're really friends.
Yeah.
And they're so like, there's no celebrity, no air about them. They're so down to earth. They were so cordial to every single person that they were with.
Yeah.
It wasn't just me who had met them before. They were just lovely.
Yeah.
And that's what I would say about the whole time I was there. Everyone was just lovely. Everyone was so welcoming. But it's like, how can you be in a bad mood
It looked
in Cannes?
beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Everything looks, even just like, I know you were busy working a lot, but just the sets, the stages, like everything looks so nice and fancy.
Yeah, it was on top of the sand. So
yeah.
I was like, oh, my hotel is right at the beach, but you can't get to the beach because there's activations and all these setups.
Yeah.
You can't even really see the sand unless you go to one of everything is called beach. It's like Spotify Beach, Meta Beach, Amazon Beach. If you go to one of the beaches and you have access to them, then you can touch the sand and see the water. So I'd have to go, if I really wanted to experience it, I need to go to like Saint-Tropez after or something like that. But it was great. And then NBC Uni had an actual party. So I went there, and that's when I saw my girl Heather Gay.
Yes, because you met her at BravoCon, right? You did a panel with her?
I met her at Bravo Fan Fest.
Okay. So you guys have a relationship.
We all went to, Shep invited us to a Miami Dolphins game.
Yes.
So we were there. So I see her, and I'm like, my girl. And Heather is such a delight.
Yeah?
Even if I've been critical of something which how can you not, on the podcast of like something she's done, in person, she's just so, you feel like you've known her forever. And she's so much fun, and she's so down for whatever. And so hung out with her for a second. Is that where I saw no, I saw Amanda and Kyle at the Spotify party before,
Okay.
and I was like, "Where's our girl Ciara?" Because Ciara was there too, but I hadn't
Yes.
seen her yet.
Okay. She had like a "This is my roommate" when Kyle was performing, like DJing. Did you
Oh, I didn't
uh,
go to when Kyle was
okay,
DJing.
yeah, she was, like, in
There's
the
so
booth.
many parties,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
many events.
She's in demand, guys.
Ciara was with Amazon, so she
Okay.
wasn't with the NBC
Oh,
Universal.
interesting.
So yeah, because she does stuff as an Amazon influencer, and so they brought her.
Uh-huh.
But I saw Amanda, saw Kyle.
How are
Again,
they?
lovely,
Yeah.
lovely. Like together, they're lovely. I saw them a lot, whether it was at a Spotify
Yeah.
concert event,
Yeah.
whether it was with Ciara, whether it was at the Spotify Day events or NBC Uni. They were great.
I met them at BravoCon doing, like, the carpet. They are really beautiful together.
Hmm.
Like, very like, it translates on camera, but, like, seeing them in person, I was like, "Wow, these are, like, really beautiful
Hmm.
people."
And so nice.
Oh, good.
So nice. Amanda's more quiet, but
Okay.
like we did Watch What Happens Live together. So,
Oh, so you already kinda knew her too.
hmm.
Okay.
And then Kyle's lovely. It
Like,
just
no tension between them? Like, it
no,
seems like she loves the DJ career.
no. I wasn't there when he was DJing, but when, yeah, like I mean, they were lovely
Yeah,
together,
yeah,
and it wasn't like one of those things where you see the couple and one is on this side of the room and one's this side, and you
yeah,
can tell they're clearly trying to avoid each other or they
yeah,
just had a fight in their car.
yeah.
That's not what this was.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
I
it
love that
was
for them.
lovely, and I'm hoping it was like a honeymoon for them. And then later when Cardi B performed, we were all right there
That's
together.
so
It was
fun.
like Heather, Serena Kerrigan, who I guess has a show on Peacock now, so she's a part of the
Yes.
Peacock family. Kyle, Amanda, the Bowen, Matt. I I I feel like I'm forgetting somebody, but just like everybody
That
was
sounds
there.
like so much fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I wish I had more tea, but all I could say is everybody was just a lot of
Like,
fun.
who you would actually wanna hang out with outside. Yeah,
100%.
like, you would be like, if you saw them again, like, "Yeah, let's go to the Hamptons."
100%.
Are you gonna go to the Hamptons
I
this
don't know.
summer?
I don't know if it'll work with my schedule, but
Ugh, she's so
I'm
busy.
I'm playing I'm playing with the idea because getting to the Hamptons is
Oh,
hell.
you could take a helicopter.
I don't like
Oh, you don't?
helicopters.
Okay. I've
I
never taken a helicopter, so I
I
wouldn't
don't like
know.
helicopters, and yes, I could, but is it worth it?
You could take the
No.
jitney,
No. That
pack a
public
diaper.
bus, I watched, okay? I watched Sex and the City, and it's a no for me.
You also spent some fun time with Ciara. How was that?
Yeah, so I left Cannes, and
Mhm.
then we all flew from Cannes to Italy, a couple of girlfriends. Ciara obviously was there. Ciara rented out this amazing villa the whole month of June.
Mhm.
And so we had already planned to like spend a couple of days with her. So we had this beautiful Italian villa
So nice.
um where it was a good reset because we knew we had Paris next.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, like
Wait, so how long were you in Italy for?
I was only in Italy for like 3 days.
And then you did Paris
And
right
I had Paris
after.
for like 6 more days.
Oh my gosh.
But Italy was just it's no TV, no electronics. We just lay out by the pool, just
It looks
girl talk.
beautiful.
I know you guys want me to tell you all about all the Bravo things that we talked about, but we have a real friendship. So I wasn't like grilling Ciara about Bravo
Jesse and,
or
what's her face?
I did tell her how I went on a Jesse rant and I'm not a fan.
Okay.
Even though I still follow him on social, I believe, I just was sick of him all.
And what was
So
her
so
response to
there
your
was
rant?
there was no
Did you
like
tell her that it was also, like, a personal rant? Like, you were going through
I was
stuff?
reading the book.
Yeah.
I was reading the book, which I had with me. And I was like,
This is why I said that.
this book right here. It was really me just like venting out about like my disdain for
Y
Lexi
yeah.
and the way that I feel like, and this is all my opinion, the way I feel like that they baby her.
Yeah.
And I don't think I realized that Lexi was 27.
Yeah, she's not 20. She was not a young girl.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that was Sierra's only response. She's 27. And I was like, and that just set me off
It
even
made you even
more.
more mad.
It made me even more mad. And I something I learned that I was not aware of, and I will be talking about, is Nick Vile has apparently been very critical about Ciara on his podcast, which
Mm.
I don't listen to Vile Files, but obviously I'm a friend of Nick.
Nyx, yeah.
And I was very upset to hear about this. One of the other girls in the group was bringing me up to speed about this. Shout out to Lane. And she was telling me this, and I was like so confused because I was like, yeah, I'm probably going to go on Nick's podcast in a couple of weeks. And I'm so glad I got this information
Yeah.
because Nick, we were gonna talk about this. And I say this because I was shocked because more than most people, and definitely with the men, Nick Vile has always had my back
Mhm.
with stuff in Bachelor Nation of what I've gone through. He's gone out of his way to take up for me, to talk, call me on the side, to text me, and really try to make sure that I'm okay with stuff. And I've always appreciated that. So to learn that he seems to be getting it wrong when it comes to Summer House, I am one curious to understand what's going on here, and to gonna take up for my girl.
Yeah, take up for her. I don't know what he said per se, but I will say he did have Lexi on the show, so I always think that that sways people's
Oh, I
perspective
told
because he
Ciara not
only
to
got
go on
the
the show.
Oh, really?
I'm like, "Oh, if he's doing all that," sorry, Nick. I said, "If he's doing all that, don't go on his show."
He gets everybody. Tell her to come here.
Yeah, you come on over here.
I would
But
love to chit chat with her.
I didn't say it to, be like, "Come over here, don't go over there." I said it like, "If you're gonna shit on me, I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction
Of the
and the
clicks.
ratings to go on your show."
Mhm.
That's how I roll.
Yeah.
I will use somebody else's platform
Yeah.
or my own platform
Yeah.
to do it, and I've just always been that way, so I was like, "Don't go on that show." But I will go on that show, and I will have some things to say
I love it.
because I do not I if you morally corrupt as you listen to the show, I didn't get the Lexi of it all, and then I was very proud of the way I thought she handled Jesse on this as the season went on, and she really, communicated well
Mhm.
as far as how she was feeling and
Mhm.
how he was acting, and I was like, "Wow, those were really mature things and
Yeah.
very well versed." And then I saw her at the reunion, and I was like, "Oh, I take it all back." I know everything I need to know by the way she handled the reunion, and I call bullshit on her Jesse taking away her choice to make decisions in the house.
Yeah, I'm somewhere in the middle. I just wish it was all the heat was directed towards Jesse.
Same.
That's my only thing where it's like I feel he's the one that's in the wrong. He did wrong. Ciara, I feel like was collateral damage in a lot of it. I do wish she kind of just like but that's her friend. So like I get her still wanting to be like friends with him. Like I
Yeah.
do wish though I was just like okay, like you do your Lexi thing. I'm going to stay here and do my thing because
Yeah.
I don't want to be dragged into your guys'
Yeah.
mess. Because I guess just knowing how reality TV works and everything, like I'm going to be the one painted as the villain.
Sure.
And I don't want to be, that's not my mess.
She and Jesse are absolutely friends, and I was not trying to take her, like, get in the middle of the friendship, but I did say, "I don't know how you're friends with this man." I definitely said that.
Yeah,
But
because I do feel like
that
he
is her
threw her
friend.
under the bus,
And I said
like
that
in
too.
many ways.
But that's when I was like, "Rachel, you need to shut up." Like, that's her friend, and they have a friendship that, I don't know their friendship, so I can't speak to it. I'm only
Mhm.
speaking to what I see, and I don't like it, and I'm
Yeah.
obviously protective over her.
Yeah.
But I was like, "I just have to say, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it." And I'll leave it there. So it was really me doing all the ranting and talking
She listened.
when it came to that. You gotta love how I was like, "I'm not trying to tell you not to be friends with him, but I don't think you should be friends with
Yeah.
him." I was that friend.
I mean, like, I feel like you just say it once as a friend, and then as long as you get your
Oh,
piece, you get it
yeah.
off your chest, it's like, then I will never say it
So I don't
again.
think I should go to the summer house because I'm gonna be like, "Whose man is this? And why is he talking to me?"
No,
And I know we've
Rachel,
had him on this podcast, but I'd be like, "Ugh,
we need another boots on the ground. Rachel and
ugh,
Can, Rachel and the
excuse
Hamptons.
me.
We need
Can was
this.
an accident. Can was an accident. I had no idea that the worlds would collide, but that's how you know you're on the right path when they do. In Paris, none of that happened. There were no
Well,
Bravo people I was
Paris was a little
around.
bit more sophisticated.
There were no sightings. It was celebrity, like athletes, rappers, actors, and me.
A star.
And me.
A star. A true star.
And me there. But it was a lot of time. I mean, a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I
Well,
had a
I
really good
really
time.
appreciate you living out my Euro dreams.
Thank you. I'm tired though.
Yeah, when I saw like I've told you, I was like, I wanted to find a way to go to Cannes last year, and I found a way to get you there. And so
yeah, I manifested that hard. I'm sorry, Chelsea. I was like, I have to be
You
there.
really did be a sir. Like I was just in my bed looking at a picture.
You're also, though,
No,
with
I know. I
child,
like if I wasn't with child,
glowing and beautiful. So things worked out the way they were supposed
I
to.
suppose, but this baby's going to Europe next year because mama's
As
not
it
doing
should.
another year off.
As the baby should. And you know
Yeah.
what? If the roles were reversed, I would be happy being pregnant and not going again.
Yeah, I'm grateful. I
Maybe
love
next
you.
year that'll be
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, maybe.
Who's gonna be my baby daddy?
Ah, I would love that for
Because he
you.
will be a baby daddy. We will not be married. We will not be married. Speaking of baby daddies, the worst of them all.
The worst.
Before we head out of here, because we told you at the top of the show, this is going to be super quick. I'm catching up on all my Bravo shows, which I have to say it was like starving. I
Oh,
definitely
you were
was.
missing it.
Oh my
You
God,
weren't
I
like,
was
oh,
on
this
a
is a
Europe.
nice break.
No, I was
Oh.
on a Europe diet. Literally, I lost 5 pounds in Europe because of the food, the walking, the heat. There was a heat wave here. There was a heat wave in Europe. It was like lost a strong, solid 5 pounds.
Mm. We see it. Sleek.
And got a great tan. But I'm coming back and I'm watching the shows and I'm binging. And I have to say, it is so difficult. It's gone past the point of being entertained. The Jax of it all, like, I wish I was podcasting because everything he would say a sentence and I would literally stop. And I was like, I have to fact check that. He'd say something else and I'd be like, that's actually not true. He said it was just so painful. And I'm like, Brittany endured this every day for 10 years.
Yeah.
I don't think it got worse. I think we're just now seeing it. I think
Yep.
this is always who he's been.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that there's been some talk about, has production gone too far? Should Jack still be a part of the show or as big of a storyline in the show as he is? And Alex Baskin has defended that. But I gotta say, I'm not entertained like I was at the start of this season. It's hard to watch.
It's dark.
I saw somebody say this, so I don't want to take credit for it. The show really should start with a trigger warning.
Yeah, it's dark, and I think I saw one of Alex Baskin's comments of like, we want to show both sides of it, and I fear what they're doing is humanizing abuse when they
Or
show.
allowing people to pick sides.
Yeah, and that's just not okay. Like Jax is a perpetual liar. I also really don't like how the cast and production are seemingly now going after like Danny for his drinking as if he's the problem when we like literally have someone here that is an addict.
Yeah.
And so it's just like diverting the attention away from like the real problem. It's really tough. I feel so bad for Brittany. And he was on Watch What Happens Live and claimed that he is over 200 days sober.
Is that what he said, or did he give an exact number?
He said I think he gave an exact number.
Okay, because if he didn't give an exact number, he's not sober.
But then, but Andy asked the follow-up question of, since you got out of rehab, and then Jack stumbles. He doesn't say, yes, since I got out of rehab, like a normal person. Yeah. Like, so I don't, who knows? He also was just like, even Schwartz was there. Schwartz was like, he has a long way to go. He has not improved. He has not changed.
Yeah.
And so that was everything we're seeing was last summer. And like his friend Schwartz, the golden retriever of Bravo, is even saying, like, no, we still have a ways to go with Jax. And then he just told like another blatant lie about why he was the one that stayed in the house. And he was like, well, Brittany decided to leave. She just left. One day she just left with Cruz. And like, also, if that were the case, tell her to come back.
Yeah.
And that you would leave. But Brittany gets on her podcast or she says, like, that is absolutely not true. That's not how it happened. We were going back and forth for weeks and I was angry and he kicked us out. And I went into this Airbnb. He saw us going from Airbnb to Airbnb to Airbnb. Like, she wasn't in a long-term leasing agreement or anything like that. It was all short-term. And you're taking you're making the wife of your children, and let alone, okay, say you don't care about her. You're making your child who is going through like learning like autism, like you're seeing stuff and you're making him live in an unstable environment because you're so selfish and so self-centered. It's just, and then you want to go and lie about it.
Yeah.
And have us have sympathy for you or for whatever reason. I can't. And I can't I understand why they had to shoot the reunion so early. I wish they got to do it like a normal timeline of a little bit later in the season, so we could have seen things play out a little bit more and have more fan reaction, because I am curious how the reunion taping went, especially with the cats. Because, like, what was I someone on some show, oh, Summer House, I feel like they taped theirs a little bit early too. It did seem like a lot of the cast watched the rest of the season of Summer House, prior to the reunion, so I'm hoping the Valley got to see a lot of the season play out
Yeah.
so that they could put Jax's feet to the fire,
Sure.
because I don't think he deserves to be handled with kid gloves, and I feel like they're handling him with kid gloves after he came out of this rehab. We saw Zach go in on him at his
Yeah,
party.
Zach
He's
did a
the
great
only
job.
one, and it's like he he doesn't deserve to be taken and coddled and, like, and everything,
Yeah.
so I
I mean,
agree. Wow, you guys. Speaking of dark, Jax's spirit must have come over the Spotify offices, because we just had a full on power outage and Rachel had to go. So we're going to wrap up our show now. It was so great catching up. We are going to be recapping more Bravo later this week, and we will also be back next Monday for a full show, full rundown of everything going on in Bravo news. I am Chelsea Stark Jones. That was Rachel Lindsay, and we'll catch you guys later. Bye.